Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to start our senior night festivities here on the mountaintop for tonight's game between your Union County Panthers and the Social Circle Redskins. The GHSA and its member schools have made a commitment to promote good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators at all GHSA-sanctioned events. Profanity, degrading remarks, and intimidated actions directed at officials or competitors will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from the event site. Spectators are not allowed to enter the competition area during warm-ups or while the contest is being conducted. Thank you for your cooperation in the promotion of good sportsmanship at tonight's events. And tonight, ladies and gentlemen, it is senior night here on the mountaintop. And we would like to welcome you to Union County High School's senior night celebration. Our first group we are going to present are our football seniors and their parents. Our first senior is number 2, Chayton Schaefer. He is escorted by his parents, Rob and Christy Schaefer. He plays strong safety and has played football all 4 years of high school. Chayton's future plans are to attend college and force Coach Roxbury into early retirement. His favorite football memory is when Dawson Grove struck Coach Allison in the locker room at halftime. Also, every moment spent with his best friends. His advice for future Panthers is to do your reverse hoppers and drink your protein. He'd like to give special thanks to Mama, Daddy, Chandler, Chase, Coach Allison, and Coach Roxbury. Number 2, Chayton Schaefer. Next, we have number 4, Cannon Hemphill. He is being escorted by his parents, Danny and Jana Hemphill. Cannon has played receiver, linebacker, and punt returner for the high school and has played football for 14 years. Cannon's accomplishments include Receiver of the Year Award, Special Teams Player of the Year Award, 2-time Academic Award, and is the Beta Club Vice President. His future plans are to run a Fortune 500 company and being way more successful than his brother Caston. Cannon's favorite memory is stripping the quarterback on an option play versus Towns County, just like his papa taught him all week. His advice to future Panthers is to remember, shy you play when things don't go your way. Cannon wants to give special thanks to God, his family, grandparents, Sydney, Jonathan Lodge, his teammates, and Coach McBride, along with all the other coaches. Number 4, Cannon Hemphill. Next, we have number 7, Alex Scott. He's being escorted by his parents, Todd and Danielle Scott. Alec has played defensive corner for UCHS the last 3 years. His future plans are to move out of his parents' house and go to college while living in Coach Allison's basement while he eats crepes with Gus. Alec's favorite memory was the bus ride after the game from Monticello. His advice to future Panthers is to look up at the mountains every once in a while and take it all in. Special thanks to his mom, dad, Jenna, Nana, Papa, and the family crew for being at every single game and always supporting him. That is number 7, Alex Scott. Next we have number 10, Ian Harkins. He is escorted by his parents, Randy and Stacy Harkins. Ian's played defensive corner for the high school for the last 2 years and was named Defensive Player of the Week. His future plans are to go to college for baseball and then come back to Blairsville and start a family. Ian's favorite memories are the bus rides back from games and the game against Towns County. His advice to future parents is never have regrets and have fun. Ian wants to especially thank his dad, mom, AZ, Tyler, and the family. Also, Coach Roxbury for pushing him to do his best, and Chris Mathis for being the voice of Panther baseball. Number 10, Ian Harkins. Next is 24, Chad Buzzard. He's escorted tonight by his parents, Sue and Jeff Buzzard. Chad's played all 4 years at the high school as a running back and linebacker. His plans are to go to college and get a degree in athletic training and come back and take Miss Kelly's job. He also wants to get married and live life. Chad's favorite memories are going with the entire football team to the movie theater during Raven Week his freshman year. His advice to future Panthers is never doubt yourself and never look back. Special thanks go to his mom, dad, and family for the support, friends and fans for supporting him on Friday night, his girlfriend and her family, his second family, the Hemphills, and lastly, his grandma and grandpa for making him the young man he is today. Number 24, Chad Buzzard. Next is number 30, Hunter Kelly. He's escorted by his parents, Chris and Karen Kelly. He's played football for 3 years as outside linebacker and middle linebacker. He's a member of the UCHS Bader Club and received the Coach's Award for baseball. His future plans are to attend UGA and receive an electrical engineering degree as well as a Master's of Business Administration. He wants to live out the rest of his life making lots of money. Hunter's favorite memories when they beat Elbert County this year. His advice to future Panthers is work hard and don't take anything for granted because time does fly. Hunter would like to give special thanks to his coaches, especially Coach Roxbury, Coach Allison, and Coach Hodges. He would like to thank his mom, dad, Seth, and Becca for always pushing him to be the best he can be. Number 30, Hunter Kelly. Next is number 32, Jackson Caldwell. He's escorted by his parents, Jennifer and Tranis Caldwell. He's played for UCHS for years as an inside linebacker. Jackson's awards include honors lunch and advanced weight training. His future plans are to join the Army and travel the world, marry his dream girl, and have 3 kids. Jackson's favorite memories when Dawson Groves ran over Coach Allison during the sophomore year at the halftime against Lumpkin County. His advice to future Panthers is don't take anything for granted, embrace the bad, and have no regrets. And, of course, get your protein. Special thanks go to his mom, sisters Logan and Claire, Nana, Granny, Dad, Eladriel, and most importantly, God for giving him the ability to play football. 32, Jackson Caldwell. Next is 36, Brian Smith. He's escorted by his parents, Todd and Jennifer Smith. Brian's been the kicker and the punter for the last 4 years. He received first-team All-Region football honors in 2017. His future plans are to join the U.S. Army, and his favorite memory is beating Elbert County. His advice to future Panthers is enjoy football while it's here. Brian wants to give special thanks to his coaches, his parents, his siblings, and his friends, also Chad, Jackson, and Emily. Number 36, Brian Smith. Next, number 40, Kyle Williams. He's escorted by Ronnie and Janie Dyer. Kyle has played outside linebacker and defensive end for all 4 years. His future plans are to go to college and earn a degree in mechanical engineering. After college, he wants to start a family and live life to its fullest. His favorite memory is making the playoffs his freshman year. And his advice to future Panthers is play every day like it's your last and don't take it for granted. Special thanks go to his mom for making him the person he is today, his brother and sister, God, and all of his coaches and family. Number 40, Kyle Williams. Next is number 50, Colson Daniel. He's escorted by his parents, Robert and Lisa Daniel. Colson's played all 4 years as center and defensive end. His future plans are to attend college and make a lot of money. Colson's favorite memory is beating Elbert County. His advice to future Panthers is always to work hard. He wants to give special thanks to God, his brother, Coach Setzer, his mom and dad, Coach Jones, and Coach Garrett. Number 50, Colson Daniel. Next is number 57, William Lukert. He's escorted by his parents, William and Teresa. He's played for 4 years as a defensive end, and William has received the Participation Award. His future plans are to go to college, and his favorite memories beating Elbert and having a great ride, having fun on the ride back. William's advice to future Panthers is to get low and pop your hips. Special thanks to his family, Coach Rocks, Coach Allison, Coach Miller, and Coach Jones. Number 57, William Lukert. Number 68, Dylan Williams. He's escorted by his parents, Jim and Jody Williams. Dylan has played left guard and defensive line for 4 years. His awards include being dual enrolled. His future plans are to attend a 4-year college. His favorite memories beating Fannin 4 years in a row, and his advice to future Panthers is work hard every day and never quit. He would like to give special thanks to his parents, Jim and Jody, also all of his coaches and everyone who supported him. Number 68, Dylan Williams. Number 73, Carson Garrett. He's escorted by his mother, Kathy Garrett. Carson has played 3 years at UCHS and has been on the offensive line. His future plans are to go to college. His favorite memory is Coach Hester's story time, especially his smoke signal story. His advice to future Panthers is to go hard at everything you do in life. Special thanks to Coach Seth, Coach Parker, Coach Allison, and finally, but most importantly, Mama Kathy. Number 73, Carson Garrett. Next is our team athletic trainer, Carson Chambers. She's being escorted by her parents, Greg and Stacy Chambers. Carson has been a team manager and team athletic trainer for all 4 years. She's a member of the STEM Academy, Beta Club, Interact Club, yearbook staff, newspaper, and golf team. United Community Bank Junior Board, and a 15-year student at Murphy School of Dance. Her future plans are to attend a 4-year university and major in biology and attend medical school. Carson's favorite memory is spending time with her dad at the field and beating Fannin 5 years in a row. Her advice to future Panthers is enjoy every moment that you have because the days are long but the years are short, and it goes by really fast. Coach Carson would like to give special thanks to her mom and dad, Campbell, Miss Kelly and the coaching staff, and everyone for supporting her the last 4 years. Let's give everyone on the field right now a huge round of applause. I know we've all enjoyed watching this bunch for the last 4 years. We will be dismissing our football players as they will be heading back to the locker room, and we will be continuing with our festivities with our cheerleaders and band members. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm proud to present to you this evening the graduating seniors of our 2018-2019 Panther cheerleaders. Our first cheerleader we need to welcome is Miss Allison Fair. Allison's been a cheerleader for 3 years. Her parents are Kenny Fair and Charlotte Dyer. Allison's future plans include attending Georgia Tech to earn a degree in biomedical engineering. She hopes to design more efficient prosthetics. After starting a successful career, she plans to travel the world and find the man of her dreams. She eventually plans to have a beautiful family with several doggos. Her favorite cheer memory was practicing this year's stunt for the homecoming pep rally. The stunt went perfectly, and Allison stepped back and started clapping because she was so proud. Suddenly, she realized she's supposed to be the back spot. Her advice is to enjoy high school while it lasts and make as many memories as possible. She'd like to give special thanks to her family for supporting her, her coaches, Emily and Marge, and her squad for always making her smile. Congratulations and good luck to Allison. Our next cheerleader is Jordan Fortenberry. She's been a Panther cheerleader for 4 years. Our parents are Jeff and Mary Fortenberry. Jordan has been a member of the A Honor Roll and received honors in math. She plans to attend college where she hopes to become a pediatrician. After getting settled into her career, she plans to travel the world with the love of her life and have 2 beautiful babies. Her favorite memory is getting ready at Jordan's house and seeing Coach Allison before every game. Her advice to future cheerleaders: enjoy every minute of high school because it flies by. She'd like to give special thanks to her mom and dad for always supporting her. She'd like to thank Morgs for being her best friend, and she loves you endlessly. To Maddie, Drake, Caden, and Courtney, y'all mean the world to her. She'd also like to give a shout out to her baby Jenna and has loved every minute with her. Congratulations, Jordan, and good luck. Our next cheerleader is Laddie Rawls. She's been a Panther cheerleader for 4 years. Her parents are Cindy and Barry Rawls. She plans to attend her dream college and pursue a career in the medical field. Her favorite memory is falling out of a stunt and getting trampled by football players at GAC. Her advice to future cheerleaders is to work hard. She would like to give special thanks to her family, friends, and coaches for always pushing her to do her best. Miss Laddie Riles. Now we're going to welcome Caroline Stone. She's been a cheerleader for 4 years. Her parents are Gwen Stafford and William Stone. She's received the Best All-Around Cheerleader Award and also has honors in both math and science. She plans to attend college and live on the East Coast with her beautiful family. Her favorite cheer memory is getting ready as a team and seeing Coach Allison before every game. Her advice to future Panther cheerleaders is know all the cheers before the first practice. She would like to give special thanks to God, her 2 favorite brothers, Jordan Stubblefield and her honey, Bryson Laracy. Congratulations, Caroline, and good luck. And next is our captain, Jordan Stubblefield. She's been a cheerleader for 4 years. Her parents are John and Kathy Stubblefield. Jordan has received honors in math and science and received the UGA Merit Award. She's also involved in Spanish Club, Interact Club, Key Club, Beta, HOSA, Student Government, and the newspaper. She plans to attend UGA to major in chemistry and pursue a career in the medical field. Her favorite memory was running over a cone in the Sploder with Maggie Plott and seeing Coach Allison before every game. Her advice is to enjoy every moment because it will fly by. She'd give special thanks to God, her family, her friends, her honey Bryson, and her best friend Caroline Stone for always being there for her. Miss Jordan Stubblefield. And now, our cheer manager, Miss Allie Porter. Her parents are Margie and Winston Porter. She is active in the Spanish Club, the pit crew leader, and theater. Her future plans including Valdosta State, where she plans on majoring in business and hopes to establish a career and start a family. Her favorite cheer memory are the bus rides and singing with the girls on the way home. Her advice to future cheerleaders: have fun while it lasts because it'll be over before you know it. She'd like to give a special thanks to the cheerleading girls, the pit crew, and her loving family. Miss Allie Porter. Coach Emily Cobb would like to thank all of her seniors for representing our high school with pride. She's grateful for your effort, commitment to the team, and the lessons you've taught her on the way. She encourages you to continue to always do your very best wherever life takes you. And let's give a big round of applause for our cheerleaders. And finally, we are going to celebrate our band seniors. Our first senior for the band is Sarah Cook. She's being escorted by her parents, Matthew and Jessica Cook, as well as her siblings, Connor and Grace. She's been a member of the band for 4 years. She plans on pursuing a nursing degree and becoming a pediatric nurse practitioner. She hopes to marry the man of her dreams, start a beautiful family, and follow wherever God leads her. That's Miss Sarah Cook. Our next senior is Macy Dyer. Macy is being escorted by Logan and Haley Dyer. She's been a member of the band for 6 years. After high school, Macy plans to attend whatever college gives her a full ride and making bank while serving others. Miss Macy Dyer. Our next senior is Hope Colluder. She's being escorted tonight by Jim and Golda Colluder. She's been a member of the band for 4 years. After high school, she plans on going to SCAD and majoring in musical theater. After she graduates, she hopes to move to a city that's hot all year round. And that is Miss Hope Colluder. Our next senior is Faith Murphy. Faith is being escorted by her parents, David and Mary Murphy, along with her sister, Jaden. She's been a member of the band for 4 years, and she plans to go to nursing school at the University of North Georgia and then pursue her career as a physician's assistant. That is Miss Faith Murphy. Our next senior is Eli Reeves. Eli is being escorted by Carla and Clayton Reeves. He's been a member of the band for 6 years and plans on attending Indiana University for a double major in music performance and music education. Then he plans to attend Rice University for graduate school. After graduate school, he plans to play in the Chicago Symphony. Mr. Eli Reeves. Our next senior is Leilani Schroeder. Leilani's being escorted by her father, Tim Schroeder. She's been a member of the band for 6 years and has been drum major for the last 2 years. After high school, she plans on attending either UGA or Berry to pursue a degree in veterinary medicine. She also plans on traveling with her dog and enjoying everything that life has to offer. Leilani Schroeder. Our next senior is Miss Kelly Tritt. Kelly's being escorted by Carolyn Anderson and Chris Tritt. She's been a member of the band for the last 4 years. After high school, she plans to go to college and get a job and have a family. Miss Kelly Tritt. Our next senior is Andrew Walker. Andrew's being escorted by Kerry Walker and his sisters. Andrew's been a member of the band for the last 5 years. After high school, he plans to attend UNG and get a bachelor's degree in computer science with a minor in cybersecurity. He then wants to start a career in IT or cybersecurity. Mr. Andrew Walker. Our final senior is Miss Sierra Weaver. Sierra is being escorted by her mother, Amanda Levi, and father, Jim Levi. Sierra has been a member of the band for the last 4 years. After high school, she plans to go to college and major in choral music education. After that, she plans on working in a little high school like UCHS and using music to inspire others the way it has inspired her. Miss Sierra Weaver. And ladies and gentlemen, while we can here, let's give all these band members a big round of applause. Been entertaining us for a lot of years here.
We should have had team captains and banners and whatnot. But now we've got the national anthem. And I'll tell you what we're going to do is, because I don't want to be yakking on during the national anthem, I'm going to step aside and we're going to hear this excellent rendition of our national anthem. Created by the Union County Marching Band, and the good news is we will hear that from the band at least one more time, because we will get a home playoff game 2 Friday nights from now, by virtue of the fact that we are 8-0, and there is no way in the world that we could fall to number 3 in the region. We will be guaranteed a home football game. And we play the region from over in the Rome, Cartersville, northwest section of Georgia, apparently, so not knowing a whole lot about the quality of football over there. We'll see what we get. Of course, it would be very nice to beat Raven next week after we take care of Social Security tonight, and that would guarantee us, of course, the top seed in 8AA, and would give us the number 4 seed on the other side, which is traditionally much weaker than the number 3. We have lost 2 home football games over the last 4 years at home in the first round. Both of them pretty close football games, one of them an overtime game. And now I'm being told by Garland Johnson that Tim Hunter is blowing me away, so I'm going to turn that down a little bit, and I appreciate Garland keeping me honest here. Still had my national anthem effects mic on, Garland. So here come the Union County Panthers, and it's going to be a whole group of seniors. It's going to be the whole group of seniors. I don't know if all of them will go out to do the coin toss. It's typically been 4 of them this year: Colson Daniel, Cannon Hemphill, Chayton Schaefer. And it's just going to be those 3 this time. 13 kids wrapping up their high school football playing careers tonight. And I tell you what, all 13 of them have contributed mightily to this season, and we'll be talking about them throughout the broadcast. But I tell you, Chayton Schaefer has been really our heartbeat, I guess you would say, other than our quarterback. Chayton Schaefer has been a great leader on defense this season. And we very nearly lost the one game that we could have lost this year because he had not suited up due to a targeting penalty the previous game. Our quarterback, Pearson Allison, continues to be the top thrower in all of Class AA. And he just padded to that last week with about 300 more yards. So Pearson Allison, as a junior, is having the kind of year that a lot of seniors would dream about. Which begs the question, what kind of game plan have we got tonight? I'm sure Brian Allison will start off the ball game the way that he normally does, with, 10 or 12 little short pass plays and a little bit of Chad Buzzard here and there. But if this game progresses as we think that it will, then I think we'll be running the football a lot in the 3rd and the 4th quarter. Well, now the team's getting ready to run through the banners. And again, we're starting just a little bit late tonight by virtue of the fact that it is senior night. Going to be looking at some other ball games from the area. Of course, Towns County playing its final scheduled game of the year. They're down in Gainesville to take on Lakeview Academy. Hopefully the Indians will get a win out of that. And here come the Panthers. Jackson Caldwell, of course, number 32, bringing out the American flag, and 50 other purple and white boys behind him, with the flag team behind them as well, UCHS and purple banners. Brian Allison, who picked up his 100th win as a Panther head coach just a couple of weeks ago bringing up the rear. And here come the Social Circle Redskins from across the field. Social Circle, of course, being my second favorite team in the region because they have the guts to keep Redskin in their name. No Red Storm, no Red Men, no Red whatever. They have not given in to the pressure, and they remain the Social Circle Redskins, so I root for them whenever I can, even though they don't win a lot of games. Going to be the Red Knights. And, oh, yeah, okay. So we're getting ready for football here, and once again, thanks to Union General Hospital for bringing us Panther football as they do year in and year out. They're a mainstay in Blairsville. They support the Panthers in lots of different ways, and the radio being one of them. But once again, I was saying Towns County playing on the road tonight at Lakeview. We've got Hayesville at Cherokee tonight, and we'll also be keeping an eye on the Rabun County game and the Elbert County game. Those are the other two teams that have pretty well sewn it up in our region, and I would imagine that it will be Monticello taking the number 4 spot in Region 8AA. Of course, they've got to take care of business too, as there are a lot of teams sort of cluttered up at the bottom of Region 8. Some of the folks in jackets tonight might disagree, but it's a perfect night for football. Clear skies. Not too terribly cold. At least up here in the press box. Crowd still filing in for senior night. This place will be jumping 2 weeks from now. Well, Union County won the toss, and that means they will receive in the second half. Thanks for joining us on WJRB 95.1 FM. And, of course, if you're out of the massive listening radius, you can pick up the ball game over their streaming device at WJRBradio.com. You can do that on your TuneIn app, any number of apps. Of course, you could go to our website, just click the Listen Live button. And away we go into Week 9 of 2018, and Brian Smith does his thing and knocks the first kickoff about 9 yards into the back of the end zone, and the Social Circle Redskins will start off at their own 20-yard line. They are 4-4, having only won one of those ball games in our region, and that was against Oglethorpe County. They won that ball game rather decisively. I want to say it was 25-30 points. Yeah. And the Redskins coming out in white tops with red striped legs, pant legs. Now the first give is going to be a big loss behind the line of scrimmage, and the Panthers already taking care of business. That's Sloan Sutton in there making a stop. And I think Lance Patton, 64, had played a large part in that destruction of that first loss too. Social Circle has knocked off 3 teams that barely reside in the Georgia High School Association playbook, and I'm talking about Clarkston and Cedar Grove. Now back to pass, and rushed and thrown down for a loss behind the 10-yard line is the quarterback, William Lukert, doing the job that time. And it's going to be 3rd and very, very long in the first minute of this football game. Third and 20. Football back at the 10 after a sack from William Lukert. Quarterback tonight for Social Circle is Tate Peters. He's a senior, and he's going to keep it himself, and he'll barely get back to the 10-yard line, and it will be 4th down for the Social Circle Redskins. Jackson Caldwell picking up the tackle there. He is well into the 3 digits, well over 100 tackles for the season, and quite a senior year for him. So Social Circle in punt formation, a formation that we hope to see a lot of tonight as Cannon Hemphill stands back at their 47-yard line awaiting this punt. Panthers don't look like they're putting on a big rush, and they rush very little, and it's a short punt going to be taken by Cannon on the run at the 40-yard line, now the 35, and the 30 inside the 30-yard line before he's finally tackled. And Pearson Allison will start his first possession of the ball game with excellent field position inside the Redskin 30. And, of course, the great irony is that Pearson has the most passing yards in AA, but nobody really anywhere close to the top in receiving because we spread the ball out so well to our gifted receivers. who will be the star tonight? Brian thinks Cannon Hemphill has had a great year. Let's see if they key on him tonight. All right, little jet sweep is going to be Morlock around the near side 30-yard line, 25-yard line, thrown out of bounds around the 23. He'll pick up 5 or 6 before he's thrown down. Up to the 22. For all of the Redskin fans listening to us back in Social Circle, we apologize. We don't have a complete roster. Now working quickly is Union County. Pearson going to throw the ball, caught 20-yard line. Hemphill over the 10-yard line, pushed out of bounds inside the 10. Panthers moving quickly, and they do not give you a chance to take a breath or reset your defense. And as soon as they spot this ball from the out-of-bounds play, they'll be ready to fling it again. 1st and 10 from the 10. 1st and goal, I would imagine. I don't see a yard marker down inside the 1. Now Pearson chased out, 10-yard line, 5, going to get to the 3 before he's run out of bounds. Pickup of 7 on 1st down for our junior quarterback, Pearson Allison, bring up 2nd and goal from the 3. Social Circle did not bring a ton of people. I'm counting about 15 fans across from us. It's a long way to come to lose as badly as they're going to lose tonight. 2nd and 3. Going to fake the ball. Now Pearson Allison toward the end zone. Did he get in? Yes, he did. Pearson Allison has scored the first touchdown of the night for the Panthers. Just 2 minutes and 50 seconds into the football game, and it's 6-0. Just too many options that time, as has been the case a lot this year for the Panthers. They run such a spread offense. They can do so many different things, so many variables on any given play. And here comes Mr. Perfect, Brian Smith, out. He has not missed a PAT this year. And looking to add on to the perfect season. He's a senior tonight as well, and we will miss him. And yes, of course the Panthers have drawn the Redskins offside on the extra point, which will amount to diddly. So we'll reset and try it again. Panthers needed just 3 plays to score that time. And Brian Smith, snap, hold, kick is a rocket and good. 9 minutes, 10 seconds left in the first quarter. We've already scored. It's 7-0 Panthers and back in 60 on WJRB. All right, and welcome back to the mountaintop, and Brian Smith has done it again after kicking an extra point. He just knocked that one almost to the white line in the back of the end zone. One of his best kickoffs of the year, and obviously you can see that he is in very much a groove with kickoffs, extra points, field goals, and everything else, and we'll need him against Rabun. I would imagine he'll come out and have a number of field goal attempts next week as we take on the number 5 team in the state. Tate Peters and the Redskins back out for another drive. Give the ball up the middle, and we're going to hit them hard. It looks like Hunter Kelly might have been in there. Not much happening. Nathaniel Ledford there sticking a helmet in rudely as well. So the first positive yardage play of the night nets them about 2. Bring up 2nd and 8. Rabun 7-1. Panthers 8-0. But it's Rabun who is the number 5 team in the state. They were the state runner-up in AA last year. They are the real thing. 2nd and 8 now back here for Social Circle, man in motion. Four down linemen. Quarterback going to run it himself. That's Peters trying to get to the edge. And it looks like John Mancuso is going to get him. And we're going to knock him down as he goes out of bounds. Lucky we didn't get a flag on that one. I don't see a flag down there. Is there a flag on the play? Okay, did we get a late hit? Well, yes, and the answers are yes and yes. Mancuso kind of had him wrapped up, and then somebody else came in and laid a shoulder to him. So Peters is going to feel the pain, but his team will take advantage as referee mark off the penalty up to the 36-yard line. About 4 minutes into the football game, we lead it 7-0. It should be a one-sided affair from Blairsville tonight. But one of our assistant coaches, and I won't say his name, Paul McBride, thinks that this is a dangerous Social Circle team, which I found funny. All right, now they're going to give the ball up the middle, and for a couple of yards up to the 38-yard line is Social Circle. Bring up second down and short. Ball at the 37.5. 13 kids playing their last regular season game at home. And we've got Raven next week, and then we're right back here for a playoff game. Fun to be back in the playoffs after missing out last year. And for all the debate about how much travel versus the quality of opponent, I think quality of opponent definitely wins, and that we are certainly enjoying our trip back down to AA. Now they're going to throw the ball, and it's going to be caught on the far side 46-yard line. And that'll be a first down play for Social Circle before we're able to knock him down shy of the 50. Chayton Schaefer making the tackle. Alex Scott in on the play as well. And a good-looking throw that time from Tate Peters. I wish I could give credit to the wide receiver, but the roster does not list his number. Leland Serrell is the name that we have assigned to that young gentleman. And I think maybe I've just been had. First down. Now they're going to run a little sweep near side, looking for the edge. Chayton Schaefer on the play, trying to knock it down. Tackles it for a loss. 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage. 45-yard line. Chayton was never more sure in his life that he was going to tackle that kid. He went for the ball first to try to strip it before he tackled him. Again, loss of 3, second and 13. Cheerleaders in their leather jackets tonight. Must be a little chilly down there on the track. I imagine it is. 50 degrees in Blairsville today. Second and 13, and now Peters in the shotgun. Going to give it to his up back, and he's going to be hit and brought down for another loss. Sloan Sutton and John Mancuso. And the running game for Social Circle is very unsocial, courtesy of Big Purple. And then bring up third and 13. As we say in the broadcasting business, sometimes you just have to entertain yourself. Halfway through the first quarter. Panthers lead at 7-0 on a 3-yard keeper from Pearson Allison. And now we've got a stoppage in play, and it's going to be a Panther timeout. Let's take 60-second timeout, Garland, and be back quickly on WJRB. Back to action, and Social Circle back to pass, and Peters air mails it down the left side, incomplete. Bring up 4th down now. One-on-one coverage with Chayton Schaefer on the far side, and the young man showed off a pretty good arm, but missed everything by about 8 or 10 yards. And once again, they're going to have to punt the ball here on 4th down. The Panther defense has done it again, albeit this time the Redskins picked up a 1st down. So Raven is now leading Oglethorpe 14-0 with only 3 seconds off the clock, so I don't know how they did that. I don't know about the clock, but it is 14-0 very early in the football game. Rabun County laying it on Oglethorpe, who is not going to enjoy that ball game. Now they're going to squib punt it, bouncing at our 35, taking a left bounce, taking a left turn, 25, 23-yard line is where Pearson Allison will come back out for his 2nd possession of the night. So it is going to be Rabun County at 8-1 and Union County at 9-0 next week. And once again, I've been told confidentially that as much of our preparation this week in practice was with an eye on the Rabun game as much as it was toward tonight's Social Circle game. We want to get those guys next week. And after what happened at Elbert, I think everybody's convinced that this is a team that can beat Rabun County. They have an outstanding line from what I understand. Can't wait to call that game next week. But first things first, we're up 7-0, 1st and 10. Pearson Allison back to pass, draws him in, going to be caught by Morlock. 30-yard line, 35, 40-yard line. Now he's running, and he's going to outrun a fella and go all the way for a touchdown. 77 yards for Kyle Morlock on the first play of the 2nd offensive possession. He got a block from one of his receivers on the far side. I'm guessing that's Cannon Hemphill. Went right around a corner, outran the kid for the final 60 yards, and it's 13-0. It was just that easy for Kyle Morlock, and we just have too many talented, skilled players. Brian Smith out to make it 14. Extra point up and good. 5:18 left in the first quarter. We've scored twice. We lead it 14-0, and we're back in 60 seconds. Thanks to Union General for bringing you the Panthers on WJRB. Here we go again with Brian Smith, and this one is not going to reach the end zone. It's going to be returned from the 4-yard line by Social Circle, running straight ahead, looking for something to happen, and he's going to go down at the 22-yard line. Ball's on the ground, and do we have a fumble recovery? And no, it looks like Social Circle was able to fall on it. So their quarterback, Tate Peters, comes out for the 3rd time in the first quarter to see if he could do something to chip into his 14-0 deficit. Sure would like for Towns County to knock off Lakeview tonight. What a disappointing year it was for those guys. They beat Hayesville so easily. Then they beat Andrews, and you started to think that this was going to be even better than their 5-5 record last year, but they very well may not win 3 games this year. Back here, we're 8-0, and they're going to hand off the ball Social Circle, and we're going to hit them with Sloan Sutton and Hunter Kelly and others after a 2 or 3 yard pickup. Give him 4 yards. 2 yards. They started off on the 22, so it's 2nd and 8. The game that everybody's talking about, Robbinsville and Swain County tied at 6-all. A little Western North Carolina flavor for you there. 2nd and 8. Somebody jumped, but they didn't call it, and now we've got him throttled behind the line of scrimmage. And once again, running back is going to go down courtesy of, looks like Noah Underwood and Sloan Sutton. Noah Underwood is a sophomore who's gotten good playing time this year. Certainly you can see that he's going to be a big contributor to this team his junior and senior year. And it's now 3rd and 7. Banks County 13-6 over Monticello. Banks County may be a team that could end up in that 4th spot. Don't forget about the Leopards. 3rd and 7 now, back to pass. Peters throws, and it's going to be caught. 35-yard line, now up to the 40-yard line before Ian Harkins brings him down. And Peters, the quarterback for Social Circle, shows off a pretty good rifle. That ball's got a lot of zip, and his receiver on the far side, who again is not numbered, has got pretty good hands. Ball up to the 41-yard line. 1st and 10 for Social Circle. It's a long drive for the Redskins. They're right down by I-20. Of course, not nearly as long as it was for the Putnam people a few weeks ago. That was a brutal trip for them. 1st and 10, now they're going to give to the up back. Their running game is in shambles as we hit them again right at the line of scrimmage. Again, 2nd and 9. Lance Patton bringing him down. Like hearing that Fannin County is up on Lumpkin County right now in early going. Always rooting for the Rebels whenever we can. Right down the road. Under 3 minutes here in the first quarter. We lead it 14-0. Second and 9 after the 1-yard pickup. Peters back in the shotgun with one running back. He's looks like a busted play, and Peters is going to run. And Chayton Schaefer is going to wrestle him down. And we're going to get a flag on their quarterback for punching Chayton right in the face, and I saw that too. We're going to get 15 on that one unless somehow they think that Chayton said something, because the boy for Social Circle punched him right in the face. Chayton didn't feel it with the face guard on, but nonetheless, that was right out of the lightweight boxing. Yeah, that's going to be, oh, they're going to make it offsetting. And that's going to get a big what the heck from Brian Allison. Chayton must have said something to him, or maybe kicked him subtly somehow, because that boy came up swinging. Third and 9. Clock resumes. About 2 minutes left in the first quarter. Social Circle, after a little consternation, up to the line of scrimmage, and now before they can get going, a whistle. And the Redskins are going to call timeout. Redskins, Indians, Seminoles, whatever they are. We're going to keep the broadcast here. Once again, Panthers lead at 14-0. They did it on a Pearson Allison 3-yard touchdown run early in the ball game, about 3 minutes in. And then Kyle Morlock with a 77-yard catch and run a few minutes ago to make it 14-0, and that's where we stand with Social Circle trying to decide what to do on 3rd and 8. Minute 59 left in the first quarter. Once again, we are in Tiger, Georgia next week, which is in Rabun County. And they are number 5 in the state and really have been for most of the season. They lost their opening ball game, and it speaks to my 50 years on this earth that I cannot remember who that first loss was against. But they have won out ever since and have beaten people decisively and rudely. They hung 68 on these guys a couple of weeks ago. And when a team scores 68, you know that could have been 168 if they'd kept their horses out there the whole time. So back out of the Redskins on 3rd and 8. Ball at their own 43-yard line. First down marker at our 49. They've had success throwing the ball to the far side. Back to pass this time. Under pressure, under chase. Going to throw the ball and is going to get rid of it. And we knock him out of bounds, incomplete. And that time it was Clayton Lester, the sophomore, who gets the big Luther Jones butt slap and bring up 4th down. Good pursuit that time by Clayton Lester. Like seeing these sophomores like Lester and Underwood making big plays early in a football game. Brian will probably get a lot of fresh jerseys out there tonight. Haven't seen Cannon Hemphill bust one all year long. Let's see if we can do one right here. This will be the time to do it. He's standing back at his 25, awaiting the punt. And the punt is angled away from him and will bounce at the 32 of Union and take a little bit of a Redskin roll, actually quite a bit of a Redskin roll. It's inside the 20-yard line. Down at the 18, and back out comes number 17, Pearson Allison. Took us just one play to go 77 yards the last time, and I think the Panthers have designs on putting 21 on the board before we get to the second quarter. This would be the worst night in history to get an injury. Tonight is not about winning because we're going to win. Tonight is about keeping dislocated fingers and ankles and shoulders intact. Now on 1st down, we're going to keep it, and I think that's Pierce up to the 25, 26-yard line. Not quite enough for the 1st down, I don't believe, and bring up 2nd and extremely short for the Panthers. Now we're going to throw the ball high pass, and he's got Sawyer Drake, and Sawyer's going to catch it at the 40, and Sawyer Drake is going to go all the way for a touchdown. He got into a one-on-one with Chandler Bell of Social Circle and was 5 yards ahead of him. And Pearson just laid a rainbow right in his hands. He bobbled it for a quick second, but gathered it and took off for the final 35 yards. And Sawyer Drake with the 3rd touchdown of the night, and the Panthers lead it 20-0. Pearson has a deceptively good arm. He throws the ball with so much finesse that you forget sometimes that he's really airing that ball out. When Mancuso and Cole Wright used to throw the ball, it looked like they were throwing the thing with all their might, and Pearson has this very delicate way of throwing the ball, but very effective, and out comes Brian Smith to make it 21-0. 55 seconds left in the 1st quarter. We're losing the time of possession battle, but we're winning the scoreboard battle. Back in 60 seconds on WJRB 95.1. After scoring 3 touchdowns, Brian Smith decides to give his special teams a rest and knocks one into the right side of the end zone. Another touchback for him, and it's 21-0. So we're going to get a home playoff game this year, and that's awfully exciting because there haven't been more than a handful of those in the 50-plus years of Union County football. And we're on our way to winning our 11th straight regular season game. You'll recall we beat Fannin and Lumpkin to wrap up the 17th season. And now, of course, we're on our way to winning our 9th right here. And here comes Peters back out for his 4th possession of the night. Quarterback keeper. up to the line of scrimmage and maybe a yard or two more. Lance Patton there. Cherokee leading Hayesville for, again, our Western North Carolina friends, 20-7. Another tough year for Hayesville. I like Coach Dockery a ton, but he just has not been able to win a lot of games. And I don't know what to do over there because their basketball program really is very respectable. They just have not had any luck at all in football. 2 yards, 2nd and 8. Keeping the ball is Peters, looking for a first down to the 30, and I believe he's going to have it. Caston Hemphill was the last person near him, and Peters went out of bounds, and I do believe that's enough for a first down for Social Circle. First and 10, 12 seconds left in the first quarter. See some old Panther players back here. There's R.J. Banton holding court down there with a bevy of young ladies. Quarterback keeper, once again, Peters. That seems to be their best play, and he's up over the 40-yard line. And Hemphill once again there to make the stop. Social Circle should give up any idea of running between the tackles because they've got a little bit of luck running around the end. All right, so that's the end of the first quarter. We've scored 3 times. They haven't scored any. It's 21-0. Panthers lead the Redskins, and we're back for quarter number 2 as Union General brings you the Panthers on 95.1 WJRB. Start of the second quarter, it's 21-0. Panthers lead it. As we flip the field and Social Circle coming right to left. Now they're going to throw the ball. He's going to run to the side and will get up to the 45-yard line before he's pushed out. Jackson Caldwell, the last guy near him. And Peters continues to put up pretty decent rushing yards. Stepped out of bounds at the 42. 2 touchdown throws, one to Morlock, one to Sawyer Drake, and a touchdown run for Pearson. That's where we are, 21-0. Sawyer Drake, just a junior. That guy really does figure to have a great senior year. He and Pearson both. Of course, Morlock's underclassman too. Now they're going to throw the ball over the middle and incomplete. Nice throw that time, but wide receiver couldn't grab onto it. Peters has got a good arm. He's got one of the better arms I've seen from a quarterback in our region. Just missed the kid that time by a couple of fingertips. And it's 2nd and 10. It is my quest to figure out the name of their running back tonight. He is not on the roster. And now Peters once again over the 45, running hard. Jackson Caldwell knocks him down. Up to the 46-yard line. And that'll bring up 3rd down. It's like about 7. As Leland Cypress a little short here on the 3rd down situation on the scoreboard. Just a minute into this second quarter. Snap, give it to Ball. Now Ball bouncing out to the outside. He's got running room, and he's into our secondary and gets up near the 40-yard line before he's tackled by Chayton Schaefer. And Chandler Ball's best run of the night, a senior for Social Circle, has them on our side of the 50. They'll mark it at the 40, 1st and 10. So Social Circle starting to work out the kinks a little bit here after an unsuccessful first 3 possessions. First down play now. Give it to keep it by Peters, and a nice move on Ian Harkins. Spins will get him 5 or 6 more before he's knocked down by Chayton Schaefer. That's also William Lukert. Well, I tell you what, Tate Peters put a shake and bake on Ian Harkins. I don't know how it's mathematically possible, but Rabin leads Oglethorpe 34-0. That is the math. He missed an extra point. All right, now on second down, a little short give up to the 30-yard line. Ball again is the ball carrier. And that may be enough for a first down. Let's see if they measure or they just give it to him. I'm going to call it 3rd and short. Tackled at the 31. I thought he made the 30. Social Circle not in a real hurry-up offense. They're not in a huddle, but they're not snapping the ball as quickly as the Panthers do. Of course, nobody around does that. 3rd and 1 from the 31. Let's see if we can stop them here as they start to head dangerously close to our end zone. And now Peters is going to try for the 30-yard line, and he may have made it, but I think Chayton Schaefer might have stopped him from getting there. Where the referee's going to mark that? It looked like he was headed for the 30, and he's going to be short of the 30. And that's where the yard marker is, so that's going to bring up 4th at about a little less than a yard. And I can't imagine what a team 1 and 4 of the region would want to kick or punt for, so I think they're going to go for it. They've called 1 timeout so far, but it looks like they're confident enough in their play call to do something here. They got to get to 30. They're about a half yard away. Shotgun snap, running it himself up to the 31st down, 25, 20-yard line, tackled from behind, that time by the Panthers. Sloan Sutton, I believe, saved what might have been a touchdown run for Peters. And Peters, again, effective around the edge. They have packed in any idea of running between the tackles tonight. But bouncing it to the outside has been effective for them on this possession. Ball at the 18 now of Union County. They trail at 21-0. They meaning Social Circle. Now the shotgun snap, give it the Ball, and he's going to be hit right at the line of scrimmage. Noah Underwood and William Lukert double teaming Ball that time. $17-yard line. I guess they got a yard or 2 on that. There are not a lot of white jerseys not playing in this football game. I bet there are not 15 kids on the sidelines. All right, now up the middle is Ball, and looking for a room and finally finding 3 or 4 yards is Ball before Cannon Hemphill and Sloan Sutton knock him down inside the 15. And that'll bring up 3rd down for Social Circle. First down marker up at the 8. It's going to be 3rd and 4, 3rd and 3. You got to think Social Circle's in 4-down territory every time they have it. I don't know what the upside is to being down 21-3 when your defense can't stop our offense. Here's 3rd and 3, biggest play of the game for our defense. Shotgun snap, going to fake it. Peters going to throw a ball over the middle and overshoots a man who was wide open and going to bring up 4th down. That's Blake Barfield, who was open from here to General Supply and just overshot him by 4 or 5 yards. He was wide open. 4th down and 4, and I see no sight of a place kicker. Panthers lead at 21-0, trying to preserve the shutout in progress. All right, Panthers, let's see what you can do here on 4th down and 4. Ball at the 13-yard line. They got to get to the 8. Now they're going to back to pass. Peters throws the ball, and it is going to be incomplete, and we will take over on downs. We had 3 Panthers in the vicinity of the receiver, and Peters just kind of rifle-armed it right over his head, and Union will take over. It has not taken us long to score. It was the first play of the second possession, and I believe it was the second play of the third possession, where we scored 2 quick times through the air. And we lead at 21-0 with 6:48 left in the second quarter. Now here's Pearson Allison. We haven't seen Buzzard yet. And Buzzard's got the football up to the 15-yard line, the 20-yard line, 25-yard line. And he'll pick up a first down. Chad Buzzard's first give tonight. And that, to me, will be the $64,000 question when we start playing Rabun and the playoff teams, is how effective is Chad Buzzard going to be this year? We have not used him much in the last 3 or 4 weeks. Now Social Circle is going to jump. It's going to cost him 5 unless we twitched. I don't think we did. Waiting for the indication, and they don't even indicate. They just walk it off. So up to the 31-yard line after the 5-yard penalty, it'll be 1st and 5. 6.5 left in the second quarter. Now back to pass is Pearson. Big rush, little underneath screen. Caught by Chayton Schaefer at the 35, 40-yard line. Cuts back 45, 50-yard line. Now making another move. Is going to cut back to the 45 and now up to the 40. And a good north, south, east, west, and every other direction you want to talk about kind of run for Chayton Schaefer. Chad Branch finally got him down. Chayton picked up 30, but probably ran 40 to get the 30. And a nice throw and catch that time for the Panthers. 1st and 10 from the 41-yard line. Going to give the ball to Buzzard. Buzzard looking for a hold ahead. He's at the 40-yard line. Now pushed forward near the 35-yard line. Tackled there. Good pickup on first down for 24, Chad Buzzard. Mark it at the 36. Panthers looking to make this a 4-touchdown game. They almost did with Chayton that time. He was 1 cut away from scoring. Now back to pass. Pearson under pressure, throws the ball over the middle. He's got Cannon Hemphill, and Cannon Hemphill still running at the 15. Now the 10, angling for the end zone, 5-yard line, touchdown. Cannon Hemphill on a little slant over the middle, and just athletic talent took care of the rest. Shook off a tackler and sort of ran diagonally toward the right pylon and got in for the 4th touchdown score of the night. It's 27-0 Union. As Brian Smith out to do what he do to make it 28. High snap, Pearson's got it. Brian Smith, extra point is good. 5 minutes, 41 seconds left in the first half. We lead at 28-0. Back for more in 60 on WJRB 95.1 FM. Kickoff is taken at the 5 and dropped and bobbled, and the returner is going to fight for his life to get to the 15-yard line. And he's there. The Social Circle back out on offense once again. We've scored on 3 touchdown passes and a quarterback keeper early in the football game. It's 28-0. Cannon Hemphill, the latest Panther in the end zone. Ball at the 16 for Social Circle. Peters still the quarterback. He's back there with Ball. Give it to Ball. Ball looking for a hole. And Ball is going to be tripped up before he can get too much further. Maybe give him a yard. Jackson Caldwell grabbed his ankles, and that was all she wrote for Ball. 2nd and 9. Senior night in Blairsville. Special night. A lot of parents, a lot of grandparents, and people from out of town sharing that special moment with their child. Not just the players, but the cheerleaders and the band and the managers and the drill team and all the ancillary kids. All right, back to pass. Here's Peters. It's going to throw the ball. It's going to be caught by Social Circle at the 25 up to the 27-yard line. Cade Murray made the catch. And that's a first down for Social Circle. Ball up to the 28. Peters taking his time. Shotgun, back with Ball. And now he's going to run it. And he's got room around the right side. Beats Alex Scott and out of bounds near the 35-yard line. Last man there was John Mancuso. Flag back, though, at near the line of scrimmage. I'm guessing that's going to be on the Redskins. Yeah, it's going to be a block, a hold, a block in the back. I couldn't tell if that was a hold or an illegal block. Either way, it's coming back against the Redskins, and that will wipe out a pretty decent first down run by the quarterback, Tate Peters. Social Circle knew they were in for a tough season. Boy, they scheduled some pretty easy non-region opponents. Fattened up with 3 wins, and then they beat Oglethorpe. That's how they have 4. They're 4-4, but only 1-4 in the region. And now we're going to throw a man down for a big loss behind the line of scrimmage. Just busting right through there was Lance Patton, the junior. And that Redskin never had a chance. Going to bring up second and a lot. Under 4 minutes left in the half. We lead at 28-0. Social Circle has had the ball a lot tonight. And now Peters running this way. Design keeper up to the, no, he's going to throw the ball, and Alex Scott is there, and the man catches the ball. A great catch that time for the Redskins, right over the top of Alex Scott. Tackled inside the 40-yard line. Boy, that was an outstanding catch. And once again, it's just a darn shame that his name is not in the roster, or I would identify him, because that was a play worthy of identification. Peters was angling like he was going to run it and then just stopped right before the line of scrimmage to a deep one. Alex Scott turned around in time, but the young man for Social Circle just mossed him, as the kids say. And the ball at the 36. Luckily, we were able to trip him up as he was catching the ball, or that would have been an easy touchdown. So first down from the 10, from the 36, and they're going to throw the ball once again, and incomplete this time, throwing toward the end zone. Ian Harkins with good step-for-step coverage that time for the Panthers, 2nd and 10. Rabin has graciously decided to lay it on Oglethorpe. They lead it 49-0, and I'm sure that made Oglethorpe overjoyed that they would go for a 2-point conversion. Up 42. And now Peters back here is going to keep it himself over the 35, not quite the 30, bring up third down. Got 5 or 6 that time. It looks like Nathaniel Ledford comes up a little gimpy as he shakes it off. And big old fella gets back to that middle line position. Ball marked at the 31-yard line, 3rd and 5. We're 2.5 left in the first half. We lead it 28-0. So big play on 3rd and 5, and Peters back in the shotgun. Going to give it the ball up with a 30. We hit him hard after a yard or two. I believe that's Jackson Caldwell putting the helmet in there. Boy, he'll remember that one. William Lukert there too, and it's going to bring up 4th down for Social. They're 2 or 3 yards short. Ain't no reason to punt this one or do anything other than just go for the 1st down. Ball at the 29-yard line. Social Circle has been on our side of the 50 a number of times, just have not been able to convert. The Nelson Tractor Halftime Show will have its biggest ratings of the season because R.J. Banton will be our guest tonight. Looking forward to chatting up with him, one of the great players from the last couple of years. Social Circle is going to call the timeout. That leaves them with 1. We'll keep the broadcast here because these referees think a 60-second break is actually 52 seconds. We end up missing the first play when we come back from commercial break. So we'll keep it right here. And Garland, you can update me on any number of ball games, but I'm very interested in that Elbert County game. I'd like to hear how they're doing tonight. And a programming note while he's busily researching that. Bulldogs play Florida Gators on our sister station 97.7 tomorrow. Kickoff closer to 3:30 down in Jacksonville. We'll have the pregame for you at 11:30 with Scott Howard and Eric Zier on WJUL Lake 97.7 FM. That is tomorrow. Haven't gotten a score from Towns County yet. Okay, so Cherokee now leading the Hayesville Yellow Jackets 28-7. We hate to hear that. We pull for the Yellow Jackets whenever we can. Right over the line. And after the timeout, here's Social Circle back out on the field to see if they can convert a 4th and 3. And now it looks like they're going to try a field goal. All right, so this would be a 46-yarder. This would be quite a boot. I don't suspect he's actually going to kick this, but maybe he will. Yeah, he is going to try it, and it's got enough distance, but it is going to be wide left. A game attempt that time for Social Circle, but the 46-yard attempt is going to go left. And Pearson and the Panthers will take it back over for the 5th time tonight. Always interesting, John Moon, when a head coach decides that he's down 28-0 and is going to go for the field goal. You kind of got to wonder what the theory is there. Now here's Pearson Allison. Going to throw a little underneath screen. Going to be caught. Makes a man miss down to the 25, 27-yard line. Hit hard that time was Chad Buzzard. Pretty good lick from another gentleman who is not in your roster. Now, was there a flag? There was a flag. We do know that much. As the referees sort that out, we follow their lead, and we've got an illegal man downfield. Interesting play on a little underneath screen. You wouldn't think the kid would have gotten downfield fast enough to be out there illegally, but he was. That'll knock us back to the 19-yard line. Actually make that the 15-yard line. Minute 14 left in the half. Panthers trying to get to 35. I would personally appreciate it if they did. keep that clock moving. And now they're going to blitz, and Pearson running. Going to throw the ball deep. He's got Cannon Hemphill, and Cannon Hemphill has it at the 45-yard line and near the 50-yard line with 48 seconds left as the Panther coaching staff trying to get the boys up to the line of scrimmage as fast as they can. See if we can stick another one on the scoreboard. Ball up at the 48-yard line. Pearson did a great job evading pressure that time. And Cannon Hemphill hauling it in. Now Pearson going to throw the ball over the middle. It's going to be caught by Sawyer Drake. And Sawyer Drake is going to go all the way for a touchdown. That's Caden Rich. Is that Caden Rich? Yeah, Caden Rich it was, not Sawyer. Coming from the slot was Caden Rich. And for 48 yards, it's the 5th touchdown of the night for Union County. Put another 6 on the board, and it's 34-0. Boy, Pearson just laid the ball right in Caden's hands. And out comes Brian Smith to make it 35. All Panthers in the first 23 minutes and 29 seconds. Low snap, extra point up, good. 31 seconds left in the half, back in 60 seconds as we get closer to halftime. It's 35-0 Union County, back in 60 on WJRB 95.1 FM. Caden Rich from 48 yards has made it 35-0 Union County as we get set to kick off again. Brian Smith going to pooch this one a little bit. Caught at the 14-yard line by the Redskins, and it's going to be John Mancuso and Jackson Caldwell who'll bring down the returner with 24 seconds left. Pearson Allison has thrown 4 touchdowns and run for 1. He's had a pretty good and a pretty busy first half. I don't know that the Panthers have had a possession with more than 5 plays in it so far. I mean, all we do is throw it up as high as we can, and we have a faster boy run underneath it for a touchdown. So what will the Redskins do with 24 seconds left? Hopefully throw an interception. So a running play up there to Chandler Ball, still on his feet dancing 35. We tackle him from behind. That's Dylan Williams, I believe, making the play. Kyle Williams. I get my Williams boys confused sometimes. But that was enough for a first down, and it'll momentarily stop the clock until the chains catch up. And the Redskins approaching the line of scrimmage as if this will be their final snap of the half. Shotgun snap, give it the ball. Ball tackled, and we'll get to the 43-yard line, and the horn blows for the first half. 4 throws through the air for touchdowns and a keeper for a touchdown, and that accounts for our 35 points. Union General Hospital bringing you the Panthers and get set now for the Nelson Tractor halftime show. Garland, we're going to take a normal break, a normal 60-second break, and we'll be back with R.J. Banton in just a second as halftime show commences. It's 35-0 Panthers on the Voice of the Panthers, 95.1 WJRB.
Welcome back to the Mountain. the awning out. Hey, John, y'all sell them games on DVD? See, if you'll make me a DVD of all of them, or however many DVDs fit, I don't know if it's HD or not. Is it HD or? Probably couldn't get one. I've got them. Just bring you an external. I've got a few of those. Just let me know. Just drop them off at your station. Place to drop them. Okay. I can get up with you somehow, but yeah. See, I don't have cable, and I was watching one the other day. I liked it. It was cool. Okay, thank you. Okay. They're clips. Okay.
About 3 minutes left in halftime here as Nelson Tractor brings you the halftime programming tonight. Enjoyed talking to R.J. Banton there earlier. 35-0 here. It's been all Panthers, 4 touchdowns through the air. And then one rushing by Pearson Allison that started off the scoring early in the first quarter. Let's take a listen right now to a couple of the seniors who Chris Mathis caught up with earlier this week as they look back on a great career and what's still ahead for them as seniors here in 2018. Welcome back to Blairsville and the Mountaintop, and whoever the executive producer of this radio program is has timed this thing out perfectly because we come right out of commercial break and we are ready to kick off here in the second half. It's going to be a running clock by virtue of the fact that we lead it by 30 and both coaches have decided that they are going to keep the clock moving, kind of a mercy rule thing for the third quarter. We're going to get the ball first as Social Circle will kick off. And they're going to pooch it, and we're going to fair catch it at the 35-yard line. That's where we'll take the football. That's Ian Harkins doing the business on special teams for Big Purple. Pearson has thrown touchdown passes to Kyle Morlock, Sawyer Drake, Cannon Hemphill, and Caden Rich. And that really is emblematic of the entire 2018 season offensively. We spread the ball around as well as any team in the state. There is no favorite receiver. I mean, I think if you asked him under point of death, who is your favorite receiver, Pearson, he'd say, I don't have one. I throw the ball to all 4 or 5 of these guys, and Buzzard has caught his share of receiving yards too. So away we go with the first snap of the third quarter. And we're going to give the ball to Buzzard, just his second carry of the night, and he's going to not get back to the line of scrimmage. Chad Buzzard is going to have to run more decisively against Rabun County. And the knock on him, and the word is not knock, is that he's got to hit that hole faster because he's been so effective over the last couple of years, has scored a truckload of touchdowns for this team. And we are where we are because of him. We just need him to be effective against Rabun and whoever our first-round playoff opponent is going to be. 1 yard that time for Chad, 2nd and 9. Pearson back with nobody. He's got 5 eligible receivers. Now a man in motion, jet sweep. Cuts up 30-yard line and tackled quickly is a backup. That's Jonah Daniel. Jonah Daniel, somebody who's going to figure into this offense next year. He very well may be our featured back. He's gotten plenty of time this year, mostly in what we would affectionately call garbage time, but he has played very well in the late moments of these games. And I don't know if Brian is doing a get the seniors off the field sort of thing, because Buzzard came off to a hand and then Cannon Hemphill came off to a hand. Okay. 3rd and 9 now. Pearson rolling this way. Going to have to throw the ball against his body, and he does throw it, and it is complete to Kyle Morlock for a first down at the 46-yard line. Just a very different passer from our last 2 quarterbacks is Pearson. He really is firing on all 5 cylinders right now as far as just laying balls right in receivers' hands. And now Colson Daniel coming off the field. He's been certainly one of our best offensive linemen all year long. He's a senior. Now going to give the ball to Jonah Daniel, and Jonah's going to ride a couple of blocks up over the 50-yard line, maybe the 49, bring up 2nd down. So this is nice what Brian is doing here on senior night as he's clearing out the seniors and giving everybody a hand. I see McCombs coming into the football game, Mason McCombs. Noah Underwood comes out. Noah is not a senior, so he will not get the hand, although he deserves one because he's played well tonight. 5 yards on that pickup by Jonah. It's 2nd and 5. And you will never see the Panthers take this much time between plays. Everybody eager to see this thing wrap up. We had a little bit of rain. It was the first time we'd seen rain really all year long. It's stopped now. Pearson flushed out of the pocket, running this way, going to throw the ball on the run and right through the hands of his intended receiver. That's Sawyer Drake. That was a tough catch. He was trying to make his move upfield before he really had it. Brings up 3rd and 5. Clock on the move, of course. And we're under 8 minutes. Pretty sparse crowd tonight. Hope it's better 2 weeks from tonight. Sure it will be. This will be our 5th playoff year appearance in 6 years. All right, now Pearson back to pass, steps up, throws the ball deep. He's got a man, and he's going to overshoot his intended receiver, and that's Mason McCombs. Mason had a step on his man. We've had a step on every single one of these kids all night. But just a little too far down the field for Mason to corral. 4th and 5. And it would appear that we're going to go for it here. We will not punt tonight. That's my prediction. As I say that, the quarterback punts. Of course, that's not a traditional punt. That's a quarterback punt, something different. And very effective as it's going to roll dead at the 4-yard line. So for the first time tonight, the Redskins have kept the Panthers out of the end zone. But before Social Circle will take over, I guess we have a penalty flag. There haven't been many of those tonight. Couple. And a little illegal motion against Union. Rabin leads Oglethorpe by so many points that decorum prevents me from repeating it here. They will be 8-1 as they face us next week. And Cherokee continues to grow its lead against the Yellow Jackets of Hayesville. It's now 42-7. Still looking for an Elbert County score, Garland. Starts with an E. All right, and we're going to kick it all over again, and this time the net will not be as much as we will pick up the ball at the 25-yard line. Mason probably could have let that thing roll a few more yards, but oh, it hit somebody. Okay, well, so it hit somebody, and he just decided to grab it. And with the clock still on the move, we're halfway done with the third quarter. It's 35-0 as the Redskins take the field. Tigers, not a bad drive. I mean, Rabin County, who am I to tell you where Rabin County is? You folks know where it is. It's right over the mountain and right up 985 from good old Habersham County. Habersham Central trying to make the playoffs this year for the first time in a while. All right, now ball for Social Circle around the right side and is hammered right at the line of scrimmage. Bring up 2nd and long.
Chandler Shaver, number 2.
Shayton Schaefer with the tackle. A boy named Chandler Schaefer apparently getting the credit for that tackle. As our technical consultant, Lola Hunter, disapproves of that moment. Out of bounds for the Redskins. Will not stop the clock under 5 minutes left in the third. Social Circle trying to get something, anything going here. And off the field comes William Lukert. Who will forget his manic chase down of the Elbert County quarterback in one of the biggest wins I've ever seen? It was him that forced that final interception that John Mancuso grabbed. Certainly the highlight of the season so far, and I hope not the only highlight as we take on Rabin next week and, of course, the first-round opponent 2 weeks from tonight. But, boy, that was a lot of fun. 1 yard on the pickup, 2nd and 9 from the 24-yard line, and now to Ball again, and not much shaken for Ball, not quite to the 25-yard line. Ian Harkins back in the game. Alex Scott substituting out. Alex Scott, a senior. Alex Scott's had some nice moments as a Panther. Need him to play strong corner the next couple of weeks. Will this be the year, Press Box, we get our first ever playoff win? All right. And your tallies have been noted. Bad snap and trouble for the punter, and he's going to have to eat it at the 13-yard line. Poor kid never got a chance to get that one off. And Noah Underwood back there. Also, I believe Kyle Williams making the play on special teams too. And Union County will have the ball right near the 15-yard line to potentially go up 42-0. We are playing football in real time. We're under 3 minutes left in the third. Is Pearson still out there? No, he is not. Snap. Give it to Jonah Daniel, dancing at the 15-yard line, the 10, the 5. He's going to be run out of bounds at the 2. Good pickup for Jonah Daniel. Logan Helcher, our freshman backup quarterback, leading the offense now. And he's got designs on engineering our 6th touchdown of the night. Moving quickly are the Panthers. Here on 2nd down, snap, fake it to Jonah. Helcher throws a ball and dropped. Dalton Allen, a freshman, had a chance to get into the end zone there, but couldn't reel it in. And that'll be 2nd down for the Panthers. Pretty good looking throw that time by Logan Helcher. 2 minutes now left in the third. Looking back to the sidelines is Logan. He's got Jonah Daniel behind him. Snap, give, Jonah near the end zone, didn't quite get there, maybe the 1. Had one more guy to beat, just couldn't get around him. 3rd down and goal now from the 1.
Number 73, Carson Garrett.
Carson Garrett, a senior lineman, coming out for the last time tonight. Congratulations to him for his work. And now 3rd down as the Panthers try to score. Going to throw the ball this time. It's tipped, and he had a wide open again, Dalton Allen, but this time Allen didn't have a chance as it was tipped at the line of scrimmage, and that'll bring up 4th down and 1. I do not imagine we will see Brian Smith here, although that would be a great way for him to end his senior night with a field goal. Logan Helcher looking back at Brian Allison and Coach McCombs as if to say, what you want me to do here? Probably snap one more play and then be at the end of the 3rd quarter. And here we go. Man in motion. Jet sweep. Trying to beat his man. Heading for the end zone. Touchdown. Touchdown for the Panthers. Is that Zion Ross? First time that we've heard from Zion this year. He's a junior, and his touchdown has made it 41-0. And Pearson and Zion celebrate here on the near sideline. A nice moment for him. Hopefully that's the first of many big plays for Zion over the next season and a 10th. And I don't believe we've got Brian Smith out here to kick this extra point. This is somebody else. Oh, Mason's going to get out there and kick. All right. Multi-talented, the Renaissance man. Extra point up and good. 12 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Back in 60 seconds. We lead at 42-0. It's all Panthers on WJRB 95.1 FM. The kickoff to Social Circle is short, and angling toward this side is the returner, and he's going to be tackled right over the 30-yard line, and just like that, we have reached the end of the third quarter. Zion Ross's 1-yard jet sweep is going to make it 42-0, and we're going to take one more timeout, and we may just take one more timeout the way the third quarter went. Back in 60 seconds for quarter number 4. It's all Panthers on WJRB. Back to fourth quarter action where Social Circle working quickly there. It's a pass complete to the 45-yard line. 46-yard line. Yeah, we just heard a commercial for Armadillo Grill, and sure enough, a little plastic football nearly hit somebody in the mouth with an Armadillo Grill logo on it. So Bruce Hanby sponsoring the Panthers tonight. Great restaurant there on the Murphy Highway. Great burger. First and 10 now up to the 46-yard line. Back to pass. A little bit of time. Under pressure now. Steps up out of the pocket and is going to go down behind the line of scrimmage. Kyle Williams that time. Also Jonah Daniel making the tackle. And good pressure that time by the Panthers. Now Ian Harkins, the senior, comes off the field to a hand. Well deserved. He's played some good corner this year. 44-yard line. Shotgun snap. Throwing the ball deep, and he's got a man, and he missed it. Boy, I tell you what, Social Circle wide open, dropped a touchdown. Just dropped it. Jacob Lamb, a junior, would like to have that one back, because he got behind his man, and Peters, who I think is a pretty decent little quarterback, honestly. He's the one bright spot on this team. Third and 12 now. Shotgun snap. Being chased now. Middle of the pocket. Eluding. Throws the ball up over the top of an intended receiver, incomplete. Good coverage that time by the Panthers. The defense made that play possible with great coverage. I believe props go to Trace Wright that time, a freshman defensive back, as his man had no real chance to catch that ball. Ball at the 44 of Social Circle. We lead it 42-0. We are in mercy rule time. This ball game, barring an injury or some kind of timeout, will end in 9 minutes and 14 seconds. And they're going to punt the ball. And angling it away from Peyton Ivester. Bounces at the 30-yard line and down right there by Social Circle. Panthers going to go 9-0, and that has happened in recent memory. They had a 9-0 start. And I want to say it was the very same Rabun County team, Joe Mancuso's senior year, that knocked us down to 9-1. That was up in Tiger as well, and boy, that was a rough ball game. I sort of deleted that one from the hard drive of my memory. I know that Mancuso went down with an injury. That was the first time we'd seen Cole Wright as a sophomore. And boy, they just beat the ever-loving stuffing out of us that entire night. Graben was the class of the region that year. Hopefully we do not find out that's the same this coming week. Now keep it in the football as Helcher. He's up to the 30-yard line, 35 dancing around, finally tackled short of the 40-yard line, but a good run that time, a design keeper for Logan Helcher, who is a freshman. So Elbert County over Putnam 37-0. Garland had been spelling Elbert with an I all night long, but now when he tried the E, he sees that it's 37-0. Now up the middle is Jonah Daniel, and Jonah Daniel has a chance to score a touchdown. He's at the 40-yard line to 35. The 30 gets a good block that time from Zion, and he's going to be wrestled down just short of the 15-yard line, and a good run that time for Jonah. Hit that hole awfully hard, cut back to the left. Zion Ross, his junior wide receiver teammate, threw him a pretty good block, and he was able to get another 5 or 10.
Number 68, Dylan Williams.
And now Dylan Williams, number 68. A lot of playing time for that lineman coming off the field to a big hand. 1st and 10 as the Panthers try to make this a 7-touchdown lead. Here's Helcher, 20-yard line, now 15. He missed the block, and now he's fumbled the football, and we're going to, are we going to fall on it? Now there's a scrum there at the 15. Somebody knocked it right out of Logan's hands. And picked up that time very nicely by number 79, Chase Clayton. One of the Panthers didn't exactly go down to the ground to get that. That looked like a Cam Newton fumble attempt, recovery attempt from a couple of Super Bowls ago. But Chase Clayton, Johnny on the spot to wrestle that ball to the ground. And after all that, we're all the way back to the 16-yard line. 2nd and 8. And now this time the ball's on the ground again, and just as Social Circle thought they were going to get the fumble, the kid put his big old mitts down and knocked it right back into our kid's hands. That's that big guy, Ken Sheets, that I was hearing about before. My goodness, he's a skyscraper out there. But his hands, not terribly velvety. He put those big paws down and knocked it right back into our quarterback's hands. And now another low snap, and we're going to throw the ball, and this time we're going to throw an interception. And there's a chance this fellow's going to go for a touchdown. He's being chased by Helcher, and the boy for Social Circle, no flags on the play, is going to go in for a touchdown on the interception. His name is Blake Barfield, and now Social Circle is on the scoreboard. It's 42-6. Helcher got a low snap. We've had some problems with the snap over the last 2 or 3. And Helcher was so eager to get that ball out of his hands that he threw it into another boy's hands wearing a white jersey, and he went all the way for the touchdown. And Social Circle has cut it to 36, pending the extra point. Extra point attempt forthcoming. Snap, hold, kick is good. That's Zach Clegg making it 42-7. We lead it by 35. Nothing to worry about here, Panther fans. We're back in 60 seconds on WJRB, the voice of the Panthers. Well, Social Circle is on the scoreboard after a 60-yard interception return. and it's 42-7. Panthers lead it. 5 minutes and 33 seconds away from our 9th win of the year and our 11th straight regular season victory as the Redskins pooch it and we fair catch it right at the 26-yard line. It's Mason McCombs making the fair catch. So 93 points scored in the Murphy-Rosman game, 71 of those coming from Murphy. 71-22, the final score from our friends up in Western North Carolina. Clock resumes now at 5.5 as the visiting Redskins shuffle some kids in and out. 1st and 10, Helcher up to the 30-35-yard line, give to the 40-45-yard line. Jonah Daniel once again making great use of his limited time tonight, nearly the 50. I think they're going to give him the 50-yard line, and that's 1st and 10 for Union County. Still haven't heard a Towns County score tonight. I will inform Garland Johnson, if he's not aware, that we do have another radio station that the ball game is playing on, and all he'd have to do is hit the other switch to hear it. Garland doesn't like my dry commentary. 1st and 10 after that long run. Jet sweep to Mason McCombs. They sniffed that one out. He's going to go down for a 6-yard loss back to the 45-yard line. Don't forget to catch this ball game tomorrow in all of its glory. Feel free to turn down the audio on Ridgeline TV. That's Windstream 99 and ridgelinetv.net. Ball game is usually posted in the early afternoon. Give me that score again, Garland, please. 1st and 10 here. Okay, I thought you were giving me a town score. That's Rabin now leading Oglethorpe by 50. Another penalty against the Panthers back here in Blairsville. Ball marked back to the 39. I guess they stopped the clock for penalties. Did not know. They're going to let that one go. A lot of jumping in. Jonah Daniel has his lunch eaten back at the 30. There was a little jumping going on at the line, and I think all of our kids were like, well, some kind of flag is going to be thrown, and there's going to be a whistle. Instead, the referees let him play, and Jonah paid the price. And then bring up 3rd down. Coming up on 3 minutes left in the football game. Panthers in no hurry here. Yard marker all the way up to the 40-yard line of Social. Got a long way to go here. Snap to Helcher. Give the ball to Williams at the 40-yard line. Now still dancing 45, 50-yard line. 45, he's going to get a 1st down for Union County. 1st down for Kyle Williams, who I haven't seen play running back yet this year. And he took that ball 25 yards for a 1st down. So what do you think about that? As he comes off the field, the senior Kyle Williams, that's a heck of a way to wrap up your senior season at home in the regular season. And now here's Helcher spinning up to the 35-yard line. He'll get 5. And now we're hearing that Towns County leads Lakeview 20-14 late in that football game. Boy, that'd be nice for them to pick up win number 3. They've got their 10th game next week, but they don't know who it's against because Region A, the public schools, do this crazy kind of flex game in the final game of the year. All right, now we're going to give the ball to our featured back up to the 30-yard line, dragged down inside the 30 to the 28. Looking for a jersey number there. That's not Jonah again, is it? Yeah, it is. Okay. So Jonah Daniel with the pickup. We're now under 1:45 left in the football game. And we're seeing a lot of brake lights in the parking lot. We may just snap this ball 2 more times. Look forward to having you back here, Panther fans, and we want you tuning in. If you're not making the trip to Tiger, Georgia next week, then we want you right here on 95.1 and WJRBradio.com, as Logan Helcher is going to be tackled behind the line of scrimmage by Social Circle. Good sportsmanship that time by the Redskins. They're playing this thing out right. And now we're under 60 seconds left in the football game. We'll snap it one more time, and that'll do it. All right, now here's Helcher going to flip it out, option to the 30-yard line. Jonah Daniel, 20-yard line, looking for a block, 15-yard line, still on his feet to the 12, and that will very likely be the last play of the game, unless the Panthers have designs on scoring again, which I can't imagine that they would. Well, they might, because they've got some kids out there before that have never, ever, ever played, and maybe they'd like to get one more snap for them. 18 seconds left. A little bit of rainfall now. Helcher give the ball to Jonah. Run it to the east-west to the 10. Goes down inbounds at the 6-yard line, and that is going to be the final play of the football game. Clock hits zeros, and the Panthers are now 9-0 and heading into that big matchup with the Rabun County Tigers next Friday night. 42-7, your final score. Thank you for joining us here in Blairsville. It was a fun senior night, as the scoreboard reflects. 42-7, the final score. I don't think we've ever had a game end before 10, so I'll have to remind Garland what our normal programming is right now, which is the Clark Howard Show. So we will send it back to the studio and look forward to having you back right here in 7 days. Thanks to Chris Mathis, Brian Gephardt, Garland Johnson, John Moon, and all the folks here in the press box. I'm Jeff Batten saying thanks for listening. Final score, 42-7 Union County.